In today's lesson, we will be discussing about transportation, the different types, advantages, and disadvantages of each mode of transportation. And we will also look at how transportation helps in the development of the society. Transportation is the movement of people and goods from one place to another. Transportation should be safe, efficient, reliable, and sustainable for the movement of persons and goods over time. There are four types of transportation system in the world. We have transportation by rail, transportation by road, transportation by air, and transportation by land. Some examples of these transportation modes are train, which is used on land, cars, motorbikes, bicycle, which are used on the road, plane, helicopters, hot air balloon, which are used in the air, and we have boats, canoe, ship, which are used in the water. Let's identify some advantages and limitations of the different types of transportation system mentioned earlier. First, we have the rail transportation. Some of its advantages are: it is a convenient mode of transport for traveling long distances. It is relatively faster than road transportation. It is suitable for carrying heavy goods in large quantities over long distances. Its operation is less affected by adverse weather conditions like rain, floods, and fog. However, this system of transportation also has its limitations. Some of the limitations are: it is relatively expensive for carrying goods and passengers over short distances. It is not available in remote parts of the country. It provides service according to fixed time schedule and is not flexible for loading or unloading of goods at any place. It involves heavy losses of life as well as goods in case of accidents. The road transportation system. Some advantages are: it is a relatively cheaper mode of transport as compared to other modes. Perishable goods can be transported at a faster speed by road carriers over a short distance. It is a flexible mode of transport as loading and unloading is possible at any destination. It provides door-to-door service. The road transport system helps people to travel and carry goods from one place to another in places which are not connected by other means of transport like hilly areas. The road transport system has its limitations, some of which are: due to limited carrying capacity, road transport is not economical for long distance transportation of goods. Transportation of heavy goods or goods in bulk by road involves high cost. The next system of transportation, we will be discussing its advantages and limitations, is the water transportation. The water transportation is a relatively economical mode of transport for bulky and heavy goods. It is a safe mode of transport with respect to occurrence of accidents. The cost of maintaining and constructing routes is very low. Most of them are naturally made. It also promotes international trade. Some limitations are: the depth of rivers and canals vary and thus affect operations of different transport vessels. It is a slow-moving mode of transport and therefore not suitable for transport of perishable goods. It is adversely affected by weather conditions, and sea transport requires large investment on ships and their maintenance. The air transportation system. Some of its advantages are: it is the fastest mode of transportation. It is very useful in transporting goods and passengers to the area which are not accessible by any other means. It is the most convenient mode of transport during natural calamities. It provides vital support to the national security and defense. This system of transportation also has its limitations, some of which are: it is more expensive than the other mode of transportation. It is not suitable for transporting heavy or bulky goods. It is affected by adverse weather conditions. It is not suitable for short distance travel. In case of accident, it results in heavy losses of goods, property, and lives. The transportation has its own importance, and there are different ways transportation also helps in developing the society. We will be discussing some of the development transportation provides for the society. The first is what we call extensive marketing. Transportation helps in the assembly of raw materials and distribution of finished goods. It makes it possible to move goods from one place of production to the place where they are to be consumed. In the earlier days, there were only local markets due to the absence of safe means of transport. In recent times, trade is not restricted to the boundaries of a nation, but has spread throughout the world. Development of the efficient means of transport has knit together all the nations of the world into one big world market. Even the perishable articles like fish, dairy products, meats, and so on are being transported to distant places of the world. Development in trade and commerce have been made possible due to good transport facilities. Secondly, mobility of labor and capital. That's another way transportation has helped in the development of the society. Mobility of labor and capital increases with the development of transport. An efficient network of transport services encourages the movement of people from one place to another. Labor can migrate to the place where they can get better job opportunities, which reduces the exploitation of workers. The development of Australia and United States would not have been possible without immigrations from Europe. With the development of transport, the investment of capital is also channeled to new lands and other places of the world. Another area in which transportation helps in the development of the society is specialization and division of labor. Transportation helps each region and country to make optimum and efficient use of its national resources. Each region can concentrate on production of those goods for which its resources are best suited. Thus, movement of goods and people from one place to another leads to specialization and division of labor, which results in minimum wastage of resources and reduction of the cost production. Fourthly, economies of large-scale production is another way transportation develops the society. Transport has helped the development of large-scale industries. It would have been possible for these industries to procure raw materials, gather large number of workers, and sell the finished goods without the efficient facilities of transport. Thus, Transport has made possible the various economies of large-scale production, which tend to reduce unit cost of production and help the economy. Another way transportation helps in the development of the society is stability in prices. Transport facilities iron out wild fluctuations. Goods can be transported to places where there is scarcity and the prices are high from places where there is surplus and the prices are low. Such movement of goods helps in maintaining uniform prices throughout the country and further tends to equalize the prices of goods throughout the world. The sixth way is benefits to consumers. Transportation has improved benefits to consumers in many ways. The consumers can enjoy the benefits of use of many goods, which cannot be produced at their place. By transporting such goods from other distant places, further, it helps in reducing the cost of goods of consumers and increases their purchasing power. The seventh way, transportation helps in the development of the society is employment opportunities and increase in the national income. The various means of transport provide employment to millions of people throughout the world. The economic development of a country depends upon the improved means of transport. Thus, transport contributes substantially to the national income of the nations. Transport also helps in discouragement to monopoly. The scope of total income is extended by the development of the means of transport. As commodities can be quickly transported from one place to another, local producers cannot charge prices at their own will. This discourages monopoly and encourages competition. Transportation has also helped in the development of agriculture. Transport has helped in the development of agriculture. The business of agriculture products has grown to such a large extent only due to the efficient means of transportation. It would not have been possible to use modern techniques of agriculture, improved quality of seeds and fertilizers, but for good transport services. Industrial development is another way transportation has helped in developing the society. Transport facilitates the industrial development of a country. It helps the growth of industries by making valuable various factors of production. It would not have been possible to make such rapid industrial development without efficient means of transportation. Increase in national wealth. Transportation helps in increasing the national wealth of a country by facilitating agriculture, industry, trade, and commerce. In conclusion, transportation is necessary for economic growth, but it is not sufficient. The speed, cost, and capabilities of available transportation have a significant economic impact on an area. Countries with better and advanced transportation networks and services are leaders in industry and commerce. Some of these countries are USA, Japan, and Germany.